So today I want to talk about why life could be boring and what does it even mean to have a boring life. For some people, it could be just living the same day every single day. For other people, they might enjoy that. They know exactly what's going to happen in the future that prepares them. They feel like they don't have to be uncomfortable. And I know I live in the Netherlands. People here really enjoy a routinely based life. And for them, that's fine. And they might not consider that boring. But for some people, they might look at it as just living as a secondary character, being a bystander of everything that's going on in the world and just not accomplishing. So I want to talk today about things you can do in order to put yourself more out there. The first thing is acquiring new skills. And I don't just mean really specialized master's degree, PhD. You don't have to have an insane education level in order to have a skill. You can acquire skills with media right now, with the internet, with YouTube. There's many skills you can acquire, and you can do that by doing things every single day and doing rock climbing, doing new sports, putting yourself more out there, going to classes, to workshops. When you acquire these new experiences, when you acquire these new skills, that makes you more interesting. That gives you these experiences, they build you up as a person and they give you more to talk about, more to connect with people. And then this leads me to the second point of having social and interactions and networking. A lot of people now since COVID have limited themselves, or they have gone through a period where they socially isolated themselves, where they are having a hard time communicating with people, and because they're introverted, they feel like they can't form bonds that easily and they have a hard time connecting with people and talking about things to people. So when you acquire these new skills and when you go into groups where these people who have similar interests as you are there, it's way easier for yourself to start talking. It just makes an environment where it's easier to succeed in. Another reason why your life might be boring is because you are comfortable. You're too comfortable in where you are. You don't push yourself. You don't seek to be uncomfortable. You're always living life because obviously in our biological evolutionary biology, we are sustained to not put ourselves into uncomfortable situations because this is what would keep us alive. Nowadays, it's kind of basically way easier for us to survive and sustain ourselves. So you don't need to be comfortable all the time. And when you seek being uncomfortable, so by putting yourself into comfortable situations like taking cold showers in the morning, going to the gym when you don't want to, what I would do, I have a video coming where I would record myself every single time I did not want to do something and then I would do it. So it's the difference between feelings telling you that you don't want to do it and then you actually physically going and doing it. And when you do it, you can either live in your regrets or you can be thankful for yourself in the future, but push through it and suffer in the moment. And it makes you feel better about yourself when you do end up doing it, which adds up onto building up your confidence levels. And then confidence levels. If you're perceived to have a low self-esteem and you view yourself in a lower manner, you put yourself out there less. You closet yourself more, you become more introverted, you don't challenge yourself, you don't try to educate yourself, and there's basically the way you view yourself is like the most important thing you can have going for yourself. If you view yourself in a higher manner, you will surround yourself with higher manner people. And this is like, I'm really generalizing right now, but the basis is that your confidence levels will impact the people you interact with, how you interact with them, how you build connections with them. And this will translate onto all positive effects. And you can build your confidence by having these actions back up who you say you are as a person. So basically your actions build you up as a person. Social media. The huge comparison we see on social media between how people live compared to us and the change between our lives, we look at it and we're like, wow, that's so insane. Like I can't possibly achieve this because people are doing so much more. People are living so much more. They're traveling every single day, and you see it as so unattainable where you just don't even think you could have that. So by deleting social media, you raise those standards and you create a time board for yourself. That's important because we live in other people's time boards, we live in other people's lives and see how they live. But when you focus so much on how other people live, you stop living your own life. You stop living your own behaviors, your own actions that you do every single day. And then you forget these things of challenging yourself and acquiring new skills and building social connections and having these daily experiences with people and with strangers and things like this, and taking care of your body, because you're so stuck on living on social media and just looking at how other people live their lives instead of how you are living yours. So I haven't had social media in more than a year. Instead of being this character that just goes on social media, doesn't do anything, stays in a dark room, overweight, things like this, I started living my life. I had so much more time to do other things, and this just generally made such a huge impact on my life. So if you don't know how to control social media, there's a right way to do it, there's a wrong way to do it. And I'm still on YouTube because I think YouTube is a great platform to educate yourself on and take advantage of that. But it's by doing it, it's by learning how to do it. How do you not cross that threshold where it's becoming a negative impact on your life, where you start comparing yourself and you start having insecurities. So if you don't know how to handle that, just delete social media. That's it. It's not, you're overcomplicated in your head. You make it seem like it's such a big thing. It's like such an impact in your life where it's like, I just need to have social media because everyone has social media. Why do you need social media? Are you influencing people there? Are you doing something positive in your life there? Or are you just wasting your time? And most of the time, it's a time waste. It's a time, energy machine. You just waste your time there. And we have limited time. Remember this. We have limited time. So choose where you want to put your time in. Choose, because day by day goes by really fast. You wake up in the morning and it's already night. So if you go to bed knowing that you did something that could move you the next day, that could help you. Going back to my idea of being comfortable, it's also risk-taking. People don't take risks nowadays, and yeah, there's a difference between being just dumb, but there's also the idea of taking calculated risks. We overcomplicate these problems and we overthink things that just don't really exist, and we create problems for ourselves a lot of the times than how they actually are in real life. It's important to take calculated risk, and again, linking to the idea of just seeking being uncomfortable. The whole idea is that obviously some people are happy with themselves, so people just don't even think about how they are as a person and just live day to day. But I'm thinking that if you're watching this video, then you probably are striving to change in some kind of way, and you should be open to change. We're constantly changing in some way or another way. And if you change in a positive way, and by positive way, I mean having the mindset of going to bed every single day, believing that you made a step forward in some kind of way, then this builds up onto each other, this compounds onto each other. So you should fear staying the same and not changing. So I'm just gonna end it on this note. So hopefully you guys learned something today. And if you have any other questions or any kind of opinions and experiences you'd like to share, I'm interested in listening to it. And if you want to send me an email, drop me an email, please feel free to do so.